Okay, John.
To play for you. And if they didn't believe me, they believe me now.
They won the
They believe me now.
They won the championship, which is the greatest competition in the world, and I'm proud to be a Liverpoolian tonight.
Liverpool are champions.
We want to create our own history because we need new chapters.
You're broken down and tired of living life on a merry-go-round, and you can't find a fighter, but I see it in you, so we gon' walk it out. Move mountains.
That's absolutely amazing.
He
is really in the mood. Sensational. Superb Salah. Spectacular! Liverpool are flying. Firmino dance to celebrate the rewriting of the history books. Quick thinking, smart shooting. Could this be their year at last? Another record for Liverpool. Fabinho has a go, and what a goal! Flew in. Sadio Mane! This is why they are looking like champions. He turns it for Besson Red. The would-be champions looking like they could end their 30-year wait for a league title.
That is world class.
Oh, wonderful. Virgil van Dijk makes them play again. Liverpool are accelerating away this time. Liverpool have rewritten the history books. A remarkable season. This team, so special. Liverpool, champions of the Premier League.
They've waited 30 years to win the league title. They've waited nearly 4 weeks to be able to get their hands on the trophy, but Liverpool are just minutes away from lifting that Premier League trophy. We're taking a look over at the stage. It feels as though in that time, Graham, there have been 2 Champions Leagues, there have been 5 second-place finished. Liverpool are champions of the world, but this is the one they were waiting for.
I think it's still the same at this football club. When I played here, the priority at the start of the season was the league. You know, that if you won that said more about you as a team collectively, as an individual, as a football club. And I think this won't be the last one that I see. I think this team is destined. Okay, you can't guarantee anything, but I think the makeup of the team, the age of the team, the manager of the manager, I think this is geared to be a very successful football club in terms of winning this league for the next decade. I really do. I think this is Liverpool back to where they were 30, 40 years ago. I really think they're going to be challenging for this, the league and the Champions League for the next decade.
We've seen a few, I think that's the backroom staff over there, already getting involved in some of the early celebrations, but Jordan Henderson is going to be lifting that trophy in a few minutes' time, John, in very strange circumstances. It's been difficult for them. They've done it through the pandemic. There's been that long pause put in place when they were on the verge of getting that title. How impressive has it been, the way that they've continued and they've pushed to reach this pinnacle?
Well, we've said all along, I've said all along, and it's been a 2-year journey. Last year losing 1 game, winning the Champions League. This year and what they've done. Yes, the pandemic came. They did it in style tonight, because we mentioned they didn't want to go up there having lost to Chelsea and not putting a good performance. And to win 5-3 and to play the way they did was sensational. So regardless of what's actually happened in the last month, you know, what they've actually shown, the level of consistency and the dynamism, the togetherness, and of course, that epitomizes it perfectly. You're talking about the staff there. I don't recognize any one of them, but they're part of the Liverpool family, and that's what Liverpool's all about. Graham mentioned the hierarchy, the fans, everybody has really come together to make this a special moment. It's been fantastic.
From John's title-winning sides and your title-winning sides that you captained, Graham, where does this side sit amongst them? Is it comfortable company?
John's team was a serial winner, or serial winners. This team are on the first few steps of that. Could they go on and be the best group ever? That's not impossible. I would doubt that. But there's some very special players in there, you know. And you can't just say this is a great Liverpool team and get carried away with that. You know, you can bet the challenge is going to come from United. You can bet the challenge is going to come from Chelsea. from Man City. That's going nowhere, and maybe others. So the challenge is ahead. You know, it's difficult to win one league. It's harder to retain it. And that's the challenge these boys have got now.
But I think the difference when Graham was here, obviously when Graham was there, they were expected to win. Graham will tell you that. They were expected to win. When I first came, the first 2 or 3 years, we were expected to win. This team, from where they came from to where they are now, it's been an incredible achievement. The problem they'll have is that as the years go on, Man City, as Graham says, will come again, Man United, Tottenham, because of the financial implications of these big clubs, they can spend 200 million to challenge. That didn't happen in the past. Teams had to organically build to try and catch us, whereas now, from one year to the next. But what I expect from this team is a level of consistency, which means they will be challenging every year. Not to say they're going to go and win it every year, but they'll be up there.
See, this is the problem with working with Serial. Trophy presentation with Jamie Carragher and Martin Tyler.
Thanks, Kelly. A lot of thought has gone into what has to be a sanitised ceremony. The Anfield doors are closed, but Jurgen Klopp has promised a massive party with the fans when the time is right. Well, you have to put this into some context. Between 1973 and 1990, Liverpool were champions 11 times, including a spell of 5 titles in 6 seasons. So often the standards were set here. When they won it in 1990, it was their 18th championship. At that time, Manchester United had just 7 to their name. So they've been overtaken, but now the road to catching up has been put in place by Jurgen Klopp. And how appropriate that Kenny Dalglish, King Kenny, is part of the presentation party, along with Richard Masters, who has steered the Premier League expertly through this crisis, a real baptism of fire in his first year as the permanent chief executive. That's what it's all about, and that's the trophy that now has the name of Liverpool finally on it. And remember, this is the 28th Premier League season, and it's Klopp on the cop, Jurgen out on top, the 11th different manager to win the Premier League, the first from Germany, Jamie Carragher.
Well, this man is a legendary figure at this club. There's some legends been at this club in the past, to be more in the future. But that man and this team will be remembered for a very, very long time. I said before the game, he's done a monumental job at this club.
And
it's whether he can keep it going now. He's mentioned his backroom staff coming on, they're a big help to him, there's no doubt about that, Martin.
Yes, Peter Kravitz, Pep Linders, Ekterberg. Almost 10 years service now at Liverpool Football Club. Jack Robinson, the assistant goalkeeping coach. Vitor Matos, the elite development coach, one of the newcomers. And the non-medal qualifying players, goalkeepers 3 and 4, Caoimhín Kelleher, Andy Lonergan, and 17-year-old Harvey Elliott. He's one for the future, that's for sure. Now, the men that have made it happen. Alisson, the goalkeeper. Won't be happy at conceding 3 tonight, but the medal will be more than compensation. And Adrian, who lives in Jamie Carragher's house.
He can stay there rent-free for as long as he wants.
Virgil van Dijk, who won a couple of titles in Scotland with Celtic. He started all the Premier League games for the last 2 seasons, and we shouldn't forget what a wonderful season Liverpool had a year ago and ended up a point short of having a night like this.
He's got the Bobby Dazzler glasses on, Martin.
He has. I think he couldn't quite see the way up to the top with the glasses on. He certainly saw where to put the ball with that header to finally get that home goal. That famous smile will be as wide as it's ever been. Fellow Brazilian Fabinho won Liga with Monaco for that great goal he scored against Manchester City in one of the pivotal games. More spectacles for Gini Wijnaldum.
The future's looking that bright. They've all got to wear shades.
It's more like a nightclub than a football club at the moment. And they know how to dance, they know how to party, they know how to selfie. And your player of the season, Jamie.
Yes, I love that man. He was one of the architects in Jurgen Klopp's first season that really got this club and Jurgen Klopp's tenure really rolling. Another great season.
17 goals for Mane, worth 18 Premier League points. And Naby Keita, who opened the scoring here tonight with a spectacular strike. And some spectacular moves from him as well. Joe Gomez, who won't be happy that 3 were conceded. They've been very, very difficult to break down when he's been in the team. They're all forgotten now. Unmistakable Divock Origi. The regular sub, I think 21 sub-appearances in the Premier League this season. 2 goals in the Merseyside derby here against Everton.
Cult hero.
Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, his 3rd season from Arsenal. He took the plunge, really. He certainly took his chance tonight to make sure that Liverpool won the game. Finished with a win. Here's one you helped develop.
Oh, I wouldn't go that far. The man with a wand of a right foot.
And a rare Scouser to have a Premier League medal. 13 assists and 4 goals, another famous one tonight. And his counterpart on the other side, Andy Robertson. 5th Scot to win the Premier League. The man who's done it before, a rarity in this squad, twice with Manchester City. The perfect pro. More than half his life as a Premier League player. Still going strong at 34. Played for Leeds at 16. He'll be pleased Leeds are back in the Premier League too. Well, Adam Lallana's smiling now. He didn't get his farewell appearance at Anfield. 6 years here, though, and helping them start out on the journey that's led to a night like tonight. And remember, Liverpool fans will the equaliser late on at Old Trafford. Dejan Lovren, who had a good spell in the side before Christmas. the King of Egypt, football-wise.
Well, you know what they've been doing in the dressing room now. They've been dyeing their hair.
Getting closer and closer to the moment when they get their hands on the trophy. Joel Matip, who was the PFA player of September. He started the season very well, then got injured, I think, at Old Trafford in that game when Lallana came up with the equaliser. Here's an interesting story. Takumi Minamino wins the Premier League. He's also won the Austrian League this season with Salzburg, the 6th Austrian League title for the Japan International. So he's a double league champion in the same season. Well, we haven't seen much of him, Xherdan Shaqiri, because of injury. But he knows what it's like to lift a trophy. 3 with Basel in Switzerland, 2 with Bayern Munich, and now 1 with Liverpool Football Club. Nico Williams came in. Nico Williams came in for the 5 previous games, and he's only the 5th Welshman after Giggs, Hughes and Blackmore from Manchester United, Andy King from Leicester. And yeah, they're just checking. He's just squeezed in Curtis Jones. Five appearances, a 5-year deal. Not bad for the local lad. Well, there's 1 more to come, and it's a somewhat gingerly made climb for Jordan Henderson, the wounded hero. Signed by Kenny Dalglish. Frustrated at coming second in 2014 and last season. Captain sensible. A captain of industry on the football field. Well, European champions, World Club champions in very recent memory. But after 30 years, this might just be the biggest lift for Liverpool. Back on top in England, and for the very first time, the pride of the Premier League. Spectacular season deserves this spectacular climax at Anfield.
Well, Jurgen Klopp said he would turn doubters into believers. Well, we believe you now, Jurgen. We believe you now. Bobby Wilcox, Paul Buckley, Jerry Blaney, all the lads up there. This one's for you, boys.
Titles now.